You're listening to Chop It Up Radio VU, where you'll hear the real just being real. The real just being real. So stay tuned.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's DJ Rose, and this is our first episode on self-worth, value, relationships, and in general. I want to give you a little background on our choice of topic. I look on social media and I see these extremely emotional posts, okay? And I couldn't help but notice some of these posts really show the level of low self-esteem in people. And I just had to say something about it. This is getting out of hand. It's different kind of relationships, y'all. You got lovers, friends, and family relationships. And I was talking to one of our hosts, and he was describing to me how he was speaking to this female, and he said he refused to stoop down to somebody's level just for the sake of being in a relationship. And I'm like, yeah, but what you mean? He said the girl wasn't smart, like area, space, blank up there. And he said it was very displeasing to keep speaking to somebody who didn't relate to him in nothing other than sexuality, which I totally understand, because I feel like if a dude just was on my level, he wasn't smart, he couldn't kick no conversation with me, really, for me personally, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have cut the cord too. So I'm glad he did that. But anyway, if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. I know y'all heard it before. So first, it's imperative to know who you are, know your value, and know what you stand for. Because if you don't, you'll be searching for this validity or validation in a man or a woman, and you don't want to do that. You want to know who you are already, what you got to offer, what you got to bring to the table. Like, that's so critical, y'all. Because if you don't know, I'm telling you, you got some girls or guys who will be trying to live up to this certain standard or this certain way of being, trying to please somebody else or to try to feel good enough. And no, that's not where it's at. You are enough. You gotta love yourself. Like, really, say it with me. You are enough, or I am enough, but you gotta say it till you believe. And it's not gonna be easy. It's not, but you could do it. Even in friendships, like, people, you got some friends who will be in your space, but they won't necessarily try to help build you up. For example, they'll be around you every day, but let's say when it's time for you to advance or it's time for you to try to do something, they be like, oh, well, I don't really think you should do that, but it's something that can help to better you. What's the problem? Why are they trying to shun you away from that? They ain't your friend. So get people out of your space. If that person is constantly making you feel bad, whether it's in relationship, family, or lover, if they constantly making you feel bad, making you feel super low, like you just scum of the earth, it's time to let them go, for real. I see this on Insta all the time too, where people will be tripping or crying over someone who ran away when times got hard. Well, everybody not meant to be a permanent person in your life. Like, that's just the way it is. Get over it, for real. Some people just meant to be seasonal. We see it all the time. People I love, it's like a given. I got best friends, and I may not see them for a year, for real. I'm not saying I don't call for a year, but I still know that at the end of the day, if I ever need anything, they got my back. They'll be there for me, period. Or if I learn some info that can be beneficial to one of my people, I'm going to share that information. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to do with this talk show. I got some great people on the panel, and I just wanted to share and express so y'all can feel my vibration. At this point in my life, honestly, grounded in it so much right now. No bad vibe. I just want to really share and just try to uplift and motivate, express, and talk, because I love people. And it may not seem like it, because after 7 years on IMVU, you learn a lot of stuff. I went into a little man cave and into my own little rose corner. That's just because over time I just learned how the people in that community can be. I just rather not deal, and I just ended up shedding off a lot of people. Because most of the IMVU community, unfortunately, I know some of y'all can agree with me on this, it's fake. Most of the IMVU community is fake, and I can deal with that first level of fake, but that second level, I can't deal with. The first level is where you might talk about me or whatever, but you're really not going to come around, okay? You may say a few things or whatnot, but you're not going to be in my face smiling like you ain't said none of this stuff or expressed any of this stuff negatively about me. But see, I done come across so many people who have done this, and then I find out later, like, oh damn, I I thought that person was cool. I thought that was my buddy. Nah, for real. I learned a little bit too late, unfortunately. And, I cut my circle really short. Like, I mean, the shit's small, but it had to be. That's just how it is. Everybody got their breaking point, and eventually you'll learn. That take me back to relationships. Once you know what your partner is doing, you see those signs. That person's constantly, making you feel bad. They're not helping lift you up. They constantly making you feel low. You don't keep those people in your space. Problem. A lot of y'all see the signs. Y'all know what's up, but y'all close your eyes, like y'all put on y'all blinders and y'all choose to ignore it, and then you wonder why you unhappy at the end of the day, or why you constantly feeling like shit. It's because you got this person in your space who you know ain't no good, but yet you trying so hard and you doing everything humanly possible to keep them in your space. You completely disregarding all the signs, and people do this because they don't realize, but subconsciously you feel like you need this person. You feel like you're gonna be lacking something if this person is no longer in your life. It's a billion fish in the sea, and you ain't missing too much. I promise you that, especially not for somebody who don't got your best interest. And you'll realize too that you will be a lot happier if you just start working on yourself and letting this person that's making you feel miserable go. I'm telling you, I'd rather be alone. If somebody is in my face making me feel horrible, you gotta go. Like, and I can love somebody to bits. I'm telling you, I've done it before. I got that block, delete, gone forever type syndrome. If I love a person, I don't care. I know y'all heard this saying before, I can love you from a distance, and I'm the best at it. Like, I've mastered it. I love people to this day, but I guarantee you about 50% of their asses is blocked. And that's just on the strength. Even if I do try to request friendship, because I've done this before where I done completely cut somebody off because I seen that our relationship wasn't working, we was just gonna end up hating each other eventually because we was arguing so much. And I don't mean like literally hate, but I mean like to the point where we just couldn't stand to be around each other no more. And I seen it go in a direction, so I just made that choice to go ahead and cut it. And yeah, that hurt, but I'd much rather do that than to be around a person I love and we constantly fighting. It's some core things that you really should look for in your relationship, and that's in any type of relationship that you're in. Love, care, trust, respect, and loyalty. If you go into a relationship willingly knowing that you are going to reciprocate that, well, if you're not getting that back, it is time, my friend, to move on. When it's right for you, you'll have someone who's willing to go above and beyond, and you'll know when that person is right for you, because you ain't gonna have to jump through a million hoops just to be with this person. So get into you, build yourself up before you try to bring somebody else into the equation in the first place. You have some people who are mature enough to help and support you while you're both trying to move forward in life, but again, that takes a certain type of individual, but they are out there. Secondly, you have to figure out what type of person you want to be, for real, because you're going to attract whatever you put out into the universe. Like, for example, ladies, you can't be carrying yourself like a little toddler and then wanting a well put together man, because that's like going to the club and trying to find a husband. If you acting out, you showing your, you know what, literally like to everybody, or you just carrying yourself in a manner that's just, you're not going to get nobody that's worth having, because they're not going to want you, period. And it's the same for guys. You can't be out here doing the most, skipping. You can't be out here playing hopscotch with women and then building up this rep to the point where when you finally do find somebody that you're attracted to, that girl don't want nothing to do with you. You know why? Because they think that you got a rep now. They think that you're a player and that you're not going to be no good to them when you really ready to lay it on the line and be with them. But it's too late. You done already did that damage. You done already put that out into the universe. But see, that's why you got to speak positive things too, like over your life. This is just in general. I heard this quote before, so I want to share with y'all. I say, rich people do not talk broke. Okay? And what that means is, whatever you speak is what you receive. Just like whatever you put out there is whatever you breathe, okay? Okay, but no, for real. Like, if you go around all day saying, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm not going to amount to this, I'm not going to amount to anything, well, you're going to remain stagnant and you're not going to be able to advance because of that hindering type of mentality. And a lot of people have this problem, unfortunately, but it can be resolved. You can work in yourself. It's never too late to better you. I mean, I'm still bettering myself every day, y'all. Don't never feel like you're too good or too old or too young for improvement. Your mind is always going to be the biggest block or the biggest advantage that you have. Whatever you put into it is so critical. It's so essential to life. And I wanted y'all to be able to get a view or outlook from different people of this generation. So that's why I have a very diverse panel. I'm very excited for future shows, and so y'all can really get to know everybody's personality, get a feel for a little bit more serious. And for future shows, we will have new and upcoming devs that's popping, or devs that's doing their thing. IMVU news. I talked enough. I hope y'all enjoyed that segment. Been fun talking to you. DJ Rose, Pettyboy Beeman next. So y'all hear what he got to say, and look forward to the rest of our hosts on the way. Alright, y'all, I'm out.
You're listening to VU's only independent radio network, Vino Beeman. Check. Right here on Chop It Up Radio VU.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Yeah, honestly, there's so many people out in this world that take for granted the natural soul ties that we have with people. Those ties don't get created strictly off of sight. You have to get to know somebody and understand what parts of them genuinely go with who you are. You know what I'm saying? And like, people get so caught up in the exterior, and they actually lose sight of how to even detect the vibrations and the feelings that they get when they really do interact with somebody. They take that for granted. They don't realize how important it is, how much of an attraction you can gain just by knowing somebody's heart, knowing somebody's spirit, knowing their mind. At the end of the day, while you're on IMVU, you are expressing parts of who you are with somebody. You feel what I'm saying? You express pieces of your spirit, pieces of your character, who you really deeply are beyond your avatar, beyond your character on the screen. And sometimes real emotions get involved. And when you deal with somebody like that, you can't always help it. Like, you can't control love. You can't control your feelings. We all know that. You can't control your feelings. What you can control is your actions. People do so much to try to stop from feeling something and stop themselves from being in tune with that person's spirit, that they lose sight of what's really important at the end of the day. And it's that connection. You have connections with people. Sometimes they last, sometimes they don't. Just like DJ Rose said, like, there's people that don't last. There's people that are going to be in your life for a period of time, and there's people that are going to just come and go. But you got to realize that that's part of life in general. We change our circle of friends every 5 to 10 years. It just happens. We do new things in life, whether it's people through our jobs, through whatever it is that we do. You're always going to meet new people. Even with family. Sometimes family ties, they reach their expiration date. There's nothing left there sometimes. You just got to learn that and appreciate those moments for what they were. But yeah, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it.
Hey, it's Black Ivy, aka Darkish at IMVU, and I'm bringing you nothing but love, peace, and truth. You're tuned in to Chop It Up Radio.
Self-worth, DJ Rose. I am so glad we're talking about this because I actually have a personal experience not too long ago that I can share. I'm actually still healing from this, that I can share with these people and just back you up and let people know that if you don't love yourself, if you're not confident in yourself, you will allow anything to attach to you, and you don't want that. I have been on the negative side of the spectrum when it comes to self-worth. I have belittled myself. I've allowed people to enter my life that will disrespect me, wouldn't value me, and it's because I disrespected myself. I didn't value myself. I didn't love myself. I just recently got out of an IMVU relationship that I thought was going to turn into a real relationship. I thought we were working on that. Come to find out, it was basically built on lies. It was built on deceit. Nothing was real. It was just very negative. It was very bad. It was very draining. And I tried to hold on as long as I could. I did not want to let that man go because I felt like that man. I felt like I needed him. I felt like I loved him. And, I had so many. There was this mystery. Like, I just wanted to know if it would be more. If the suspense, that's what it was. The suspense kept me there. Like, I wanted to know how it would be to actually be with him in real life, to actually be in his presence and to feel him. Like, I was infatuated with the ideal of this person, the ideal. And that was screwed up within itself. But the point that I'm trying to make is I allowed this relationship to go on as long as it went on, knowing that we were not compatible. And I did that because I was missing something. I was insecure. I was thinking that this man was going to fill a void that I had. Knowing that before he even came along, I had already told myself what needed to be done for me to get to a place where I would love myself. I was already working on me, but when he came along, he presented himself as this knight in shining armor. And my dumb butt fell for it. I really did. I fell right into that trap. And now that it has happened, of course, I'm not going to say that I have regrets, because I feel like you never should have regrets. Everything that you go through in life, it is to learn. And so this was a learning experience for me. But I fell right into that trap. He presented himself as if, he would love me. He would protect me from anybody that tried to harm me. Anything that came my way, he would protect me from that. He would, be everything that all of my exes weren't, right? And me, I wanted to be everything to him that I felt like he had been missing. He desired respect. He desired loyalty. He desired love. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you that because I want something from you. I want love. I want respect. I want loyalty. And so here we were, two insecure people, two people feeling like there's something in our lives that we are missing, that we are going to have to find in someone else, when that is the absolute, dang, I don't even know what word am I looking for. That is not true. It's just not true. It's not true. And you are kidding yourself if you believe that what you are lacking inside, you are going to find in somebody else. You are fooling yourself, people. You're fooling yourself. And I fooled myself to believe that I could find something that I felt I was missing inside in somebody else. It's just not going to happen. You will go through a cycle. You might as well just beat your head against a brick wall. That's how it's going to feel, because you're not going to get it. And I didn't get it from this relationship. I felt like I needed him to complete me, when the truth is that your spouse, or whoever it is that you're connected to, that you're trying to gain something from, that you feel like you're lacking inside, they cannot complete you. What they can do is complement whatever it is that you've already given to yourself. If you had have loved yourself, if I had have loved myself, someone could come into my life and complement that love. But they cannot feel that. They cannot complete me, because I'm supposed to complete me. That song, you love me, you hold me, you complete me, blah, 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 blah. No, Keisha. It sounds good, but it's not real. Other people cannot complete you. You have to find you. You have to find you. You have to find that self-love. You have to find that self-confidence. You have to know who you are. Like DJ Rose said, you have to. Because again, you will allow anything, anybody to attach itself to you. We attract who and what we are. We attract who and what we are. We don't attract what we desire. We attract who and what we are. If I'm an insecure individual, I'm going to continue to attract insecure people into my life. No matter how they fix it up, no matter how shiny the package is, it's still going to be insecure inside, because that's what I am. And that's what I've learned on my life journey, that as long as I stay insecure, and y'all, I'm being transparent when I tell you this, because I'm still on this journey. There's still a lot of things about myself that I have to learn, but I want to be transparent, because I feel like there's somebody that's listening to me right now that needs to hear this. You're in an IMVU relationship, or you're in a real life relationship that you feel like you're going to find something that you're missing within yourself, and that is not going to happen. I'm here to tell you right now, it is not going to happen. You're not going to find that in anybody else but you. That value, that worth that you feel you need, is going to come from inside. Because if you try to get it from somebody else, you're going to always allow other people to define who you are. They're going to call you this, they're going to call you that, and guess what? You're going to believe them, because you don't know who you are. This man told me that our relationship didn't work because He lost interest and things got boring. I could have took that and been like, I'm a boring person. I'm a boring person, knowing good and darn well I ain't no boring person. Anybody that's been around me, they know I'm probably one of the most coolest, down-to-earth people you ever want to meet. I could have took that though, and I could have allowed that to define me. And it's so easy to happen when you don't know who you are. It is so easy to happen. Men know. These people that you're getting involved with, they know that you're insecure. Especially these men, like, they may not say that they know, but subconsciously, they know when they're dealing with an insecure person. And they know that this insecure person is going to allow certain things to happen because they're insecure. So you're going nowhere fast. And that's what happens. You go nowhere fast when you don't love yourself. Because when you love yourself, you have standards. You have things that you will not tolerate. I don't care how much you love a person. You be like, listen here, partner, I love me way too much to allow you to mistreat me like this, to allow you to disrespect me when I'm not giving you disrespect. I'm not giving you disloyal. Is that even a word? I'm not being disloyal to you. I'm not being disloyal to you. I'm not disrespecting you. So because I love myself, I'm not going to allow you to do that to me. But when you don't love yourself, you will allow anything. Talking about this man was lying. Oh my God, he was lying. And like I said, I tried to hold on as long as I could. So some of that stuff I just, knowing I know the truth. And that's what you'll do. You'll know the truth and you'll accept a lie because you feel like you have to hold on to this person because they're the only thing, that's the only person that's going to make you feel complete. When it's all built on lies, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Let me say that again. It's not real. And that will eventually be revealed to you. No matter how long you try to make things go on, it will eventually be revealed to you, and you will have to go back to square one and say, okay, this is the root of my problem. This is why things aren't going the way that I want them to go, because I have not taken the time to understand who I am. Self-worth is so important. It's so essential for anything that you're trying to do in life, anything that you want to accomplish. The only thing that's holding you back is you. So we have to know who we are. We have to love who we are. We have to accept ourselves. We have to accept our flaws, or what other people may consider to be flaws. We have to love it. There's a quote by Maya Angelou, and I'm probably paraphrasing when I say this. She said that if there is something about yourself that you don't like, change it. If you cannot change it, change your attitude about it. And that's what we have to do. We have to get to a space when you don't love yourself and you know that that's something that you have to work on. You have to get to a space where you really evaluate the things that you've been telling yourself that you don't like about you. There was a time when I didn't like my dark complexion because I had been teased about it so much, and I allowed the teasing to affect how I felt about myself. So I didn't want to be dark skinned. And I sat one day and I evaluated that. And I was like, I can't change this about me. I'm not gonna bleach my skin to please somebody else. So what can I do? I can change my attitude about it. So that's what I did. I said, bump that. I love my dark complexion. I love being chocolate. I love my melanin. So change your attitude about it. Start believing it. It may take you some time. These things don't happen overnight. But start believing. Start doing positive affirmations and saying to yourself, I love me. I love myself. I am 100% happy with me. And if you are not 100% happy with you, then you will find that you will start to do things that will make that true. Okay, so I'm so glad that we're talking about this. I can talk about this all day, but again, it's very important to know who you are, to love you or you will allow anything to attach itself to you, and you don't want that. Our journey is meant to evolve, and we can't evolve if we're stagnant.
What's up? This wild child coming with that flavor. AKA Relish at IMVU. Y'all can call me crazy if you want, but you know I keep it real. You tune in to CIUR.radio.vu. Hey everyone, this your girl Wild Child, and I'm so happy we are discussing this topic today. Now, I will try to make it quick and to the point, but you know how I get. Self-worth, self-value. And this also can tie into self-esteem. I would like to quote this unknown author, and the quote goes, "Your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth." Self-worth begins with self. It begins with you. You have to remember, no one can give you self-worth or take it away. Self-worth is about who you are, not about what you do. To build self-worth, you have to stop comparing yourself to others. You need to challenge yourself. You know, like that inner voice in your head that always telling you no? It's very destructive, and it makes you feel bad about yourself. I am telling you right now, do not feed that inner voice with negativity. You need to see that you are valuable to yourself, and once you believe it, there's no way you can have someone bring you down. This is very serious. You have people who committing suicide, people, especially like when you looking at the celebrities, you want to be them. Oh, I want my tummy, especially women. I want a flat tummy, big booty, and all this. And that really can tie into self-worth too, because you comparing yourself to others. Be happy with what you got. You never know, other people looking at you and want something that you have. Be happy with what you got. Now, on this topic, I know I didn't give much personal experience, but I wanted to help my audience in trying to solve this problem. But I promise you, on the upcoming topics, you will feel my pain, like you'll feel my happiness, or any emotions I have to offer. This your girl Wild Child, and I just want to say y'all have a blessed day. All right.
Yo, what's good, IMVU? It's your boy, Kari the God, welcoming you to Chop It Up Radio.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have a public service announcement. Starting September 22nd, cuffing season is in full effect. I shall repeat, starting September 22nd, cuffing season is in full effect.
I'm going to start by saying that us as individuals need to know what we're getting into before any relationship of the sort starts. Because there's people out there nowadays that think that IMVU is a game. And for those people out there that think IMVU is a game, I got a couple questions to ask you. If IMVU is a game, where are the checkpoints? What level am I on? Are there any enemies that I'm fighting? What type of game is this? Is this a MMO, MOBA, action, platformer game, card game? Are we playing Pokemon Go with avatars? You need to explain yourselves, because I don't understand how IMVU is a game. Last time I checked, this was a chat client on the level of AIM. They just allow you to have a virtual avatar that represents your keyboard, because that's all it is. And those people that say IMVU is a game, those are the most dangerous people you will find online, and everybody needs to avoid them at all costs. Why? Because these people have it in their mind that IMVU is a game, so they go play another game. They might have a boo on Neopets, boo on Club Penguin, Second Life, boo in real life, baby mamas in real life, and then they date you, and you telling them you love them and stuff like that, putting all your heart and soul into the relationship, and that's what they're doing. They're playing you as a game. And then when push comes to shove, what do people do when they're tired of the game? They go to GameStop, trade it in for $5, even though they paid $65. They stop playing the game, or they go play the game with somebody else. I'm done with playing the game, relationship with you. I'm gonna go play the game, relationship with someone else. But like, yo, deadass, we need to make IMVU great again and get rid of all these people, because these be the same people that they just be messing up for everybody. And then like when their relationships mess up, sometimes they have the audacity to come to you and then complain about it, like, oh, you treated me wrong, blah blah blah, bitch, or nigga, whatever. You know, you was the one saying that IMVU is a game. What are you upset about? like, I understand people getting upset when they playing something like Dark Souls and they dying on bosses all day, or they in Call of Duty getting spawn camp, but like, not that. While we're on the Make IMView Great Again train, let's take a stop at the people that do the most in their relationships. And I know there's a couple of listeners out there right now that know a few people off the top of their head that fits into this. But for those of you who don't know, let me start off with a story that I forged my life around since I was a child and I heard it. And it's the story of Icarus. Icarus is a boy who was in prison with his father, a master craftsman, who created fake wings for him and his son to escape their prison. But before they attempted to escape, his father told him, "Son, do not fly too high, or else the sun will melt the wax on your wings, and you will fall to your death. And do not fly too low, because the water will wet your wings, and you will also fall to your death." Now, why am I mentioning this? Because those people who do the most in their relationships at the very beginning are like Icarus flying too close to the sun. When you fly too close to the sun, you'll burn yourself. And we all know what these people do to fly too close to the sun. They turn to the relationship. "Oh my God, I love him so much. He's my everything. Blah, blah, blah." Or, this is bae forever. This is my shorty. Ain't nobody ever taking her. Just mine. All y'all niggas fall back. These are the same people that they'll get the password from their significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, whatever, and they'll go on their account, change the tagline, profile, "Oh, hacked by bae. This is my nigga. This is my bitch." Nobody cares. Nobody's impressed. You're not doing anything different. You're just living up to that corny relationship that everybody on IMV wants to get. And I don't know, maybe it's tradition or something. But, if it is tradition, somebody please hit up my inbox. "Corey, that's tradition. What the fuck are you talking about? Watch your mouth, my guy." No, it's not tradition. Y'all are just corny. Stop that corny shit. Now, I just want to briefly touch on one of the points said by one of our lovely hosts here at Chop It Up Talk Radio VU. And you guys might know her as Darkish. She said that other people cannot complete you. Love yourself. But I want to go a step further and say that, what she's saying is correct, 100% correct. I agree with that. But you also need to learn to be content within yourself before getting into a relationship. Because some people out there right now might be listening, you might know people that say this all the time, they need a boyfriend, they need a girlfriend. You don't need a boyfriend or girlfriend. You need to be content within yourself. And I have a little quote here. I don't know who it's by. Somebody could, tell me who it's by. I'd love for you to do that. And it goes, "Knowing how to be solitary is central to the art of loving. When we can be alone, we can be with others without using them as a means of escape." Now, what does that mean? It means you need to be content within yourself as a being, a singular being, so that you will not look towards others to fill a gap within your life. Once you are content with being by yourself, you do not need to be with other people. When you find somebody you click with, and you could relate with them very well, you could fall in love with them, you could love parts of them that nobody else did, then that's a real relationship. Not a relationship you go out there seeking for. The best relationships are not the ones you're seeking for, it's the ones that just happen. And I believe this is one of the fundamental ways to measure your self-worth. Because who knows more about their self-worth than the person that does not need to be with somebody else to validate something in their life that they're missing? And I know right now there's people out there listening that know me very well, and they're just like, Corey, you're just giving them that as advice because you're egotistical. I am. You didn't say anything wrong. I agree with that. You should learn to be selfish before you get into a relationship with somebody. But at the same time, when you get into a relationship, don't be selfish. Nobody likes a little selfish prick. Another bit of advice from egotistical Corey the God is don't bend to anybody. People on IMView, they like to disown you. They like to break up with you unless you do ABC. And me personally, somebody could come up to me like, especially when I know I'm not in the wrong. When you know you're not in the wrong and somebody's trying to disown you or break up with you, just say okay. That's all you gotta say. Okay, don't ask why. Don't ask how, who, what, when, where, why, how. No, don't do that. Okay, that's the only answer that's valid. And people hate that. They hate when they see that they're threatening to leave you and you don't care. That's the worst feeling. But why care? This person is leaving your life for some stupid petty reason, more than likely. So just say goodbye in every language you know and keep it moving. Don't bump that. People that are meant to be with you will not leave you. Real relationships will not leave you. Real friends will not leave you. Do not change who you are as an individual to keep anyone at all in your life. Period. And this is all I really got to say about this topic. I'll holler at y'all on the next one.